We live in an age where those in power are openly using every weapon at their disposal to impose their will upon the future. Where the principles of authoritarianism and individualism stand in open conflict in the streets, in the courts, in the news, in everyday life. Where the choices we make and the choices that are made for us have consequences no one can foresee. You do not stand alone. You do not fight alone. You do not suffer alone. We are united. We resist. We are here with you. As long as there is a truth that remains hidden, as long as lies are spread openly, we will continue to speak out. We will continue to question. We will continue to be the united resistance.
Same thing we always do. Fight them until we can't.
Yeah, that's right. We are fighting them until we can't. We're always fighting them until we can't because that's how we roll around here. It wouldn't be the United Resistance if we weren't doing that. So, yeah, it's great to see everybody. Welcome to the September 13th edition of United Resistance, episode number 40. Wow, 40 episodes already. Damn, man. You know, I remember when we came out of the gate swinging, and it was a bunch of us and J.R. Majeski, and we set up the legend that would be United Resistance. So here we are, already 40 episodes in, 10 more. We're going to be at 50. I mean, we're just rolling on this show, you know, and before I introduce the panel, always got to show love to the chat. So I'm going to do that first. What up to Tehillim? I see our boy Tehillim's in the house. What up? Tobat is here. You know, Tobat, he got to start in talking shit right off the bat, man. You know, and you can tell these people are my friends because they got to bust my balls. Do you have dry, itchy balls, sweaty swamp ass? Try new and approved Supreme Heretic brand undergarments. It's so good. It's like grandma is changing you all over again. Wow, dude. Really?
All this time I've been using Gold Bond.
You know, yeah, enough out of you.
Manscaping is important, true. Important.
Vince Womack is here, of course. Hail to Vince. We've got Small Time Republic. Matt's up in the house. What's up, Small Time? Good to see you. Our boy Godzillionaire is here. My favorite kaiju brother. Good to see you. Also, Parrot Head's here, chilling. Great to see you, Parrot Head. And Big John DeBelbis is in the house. What's up, John? You know, he's been a faithful viewer and supporter since about the time we had Allura Jensen on. And John kind of fell in love with the show, became a big fan, and he's become a pretty good friend. I talk to him often on Twitter. So, you know, John, thank you all the time for showing up for every United Resistance and supporting us. You know, I'll tell you what, man, this is a criminally under-sub channel. You know, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it is. You know, I'm the only channel under 2,000 subscribers that can actually say, I've had people like Laura Logan on here. I've had Chase Geiser on here. I've had Eric Matheny on here. I've had J.R. Majeski on here. I've had, like, Jasmine St. Clair. I've had Allura Jensen. I mean, you know, I've got a list of luminaries a mile long, but yet the channel is criminally undersubbed. So what I was going to say, folks, is let's get them sub numbers up, share the channel out. Let's get that audience that this show really deserves, because, you know, I get double figures every week in viewers because you guys are great patriots. You guys are plugged into what's going on. You love what the panel has to say. But imagine if we took that audience and magnified it by about threefold, okay? And the amount of people that we could reach, the amount of people that we could wake up. And that's what this show is about. It's about waking up the masses. And hail to one of the OGs of this show, Brightest Day. And thank you, my friend, for the super chat, Brightest Day, for $2. Just nothing important. Just wanted to throw $2 at a brother, and I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. A super fan, Adam Shawhead's in the house. What up, Adam? Really good dude, great supporter, good friend. Man, great to see you, brother. And with that further ado, because the panel is ready to go here. So far, we have the wonderful Janet from Another Planet, looking fly, sparkling as always, making us look good, you know, because we got to bring some pretty to balance out the ugly. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So that's why Janet's here. You know, of course, joining late, we've got ETEP, a people's champ.
Good to be here, man. Thank you for having me. Sorry, I'm running a little late.
We've got Will, as always, from about an hour away. What's going on, Will? Straight out of the suburbs of Hudson, Ohio. With the you know, you're
Suburb of Akron, anyway.
Yeah, you're bougie. You're bougie.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got.
Oh man, I left my silver spoon downstairs.
We've got the ever present.
I got one to loan you.
we got the ever present producer, Mr. Free Speech Gaming.
What's
Steven is in the
up?
house. What's
Yeah, I
going
see
on?
ETEP's running on Chosen People time today.
And last but not least, you know, we got one of the people that was on the first panel with J.R. Majeski here. He was there when I was on John B. Wells' show, blowing up the chat, man. My dude Stephen Walton's been through a lot of things with this channel. And listen, you know, things come and go professionally, and we may have gone our separate ways professionally. You know, I know it didn't really work out with Rogue Entertainment on this end, but you know, the one thing that's always been a constant between me and Stephen Walton is we have a good, genuine friendship. You know, he's not afraid to give me that phone call, you know, when I'm in need or when I need somebody to talk to, and be there for me. And I've done the same for him. And, you know, whatever differences we ever may have professionally or differences of vision, I guarantee you we're on the same page as friends. And we always will be, because I'll tell you what, that man shines like a diamond when it comes to being a friend. And I will sing praises all day of my friendship with Stephen.
Hell, my brother. You're absolutely right. I remember when this man was under 100 subs and we started live streaming together, talking about Pegasus Actual Podcast. Great show. Drew Taylor has always had an incredible fire in him for what's right. He seeks out justice. He seeks out what is right. You know, I am so happy to have seen this channel blow up the way that it did. Was happy to bring TR4 over here, happy to have become Rogue Resistance, and United Resistance has flown higher and farther than I could have ever imagined. I'm so proud of my brother and proud of the people that he's brought together. There be rogues here. There always will be. But what makes this the best journey that it's ever been is you people in the chat. Thank you so much for being supportive of Drew and everyone else on this panel. Without you, we would be here talking to ourselves. We are in this fight together. We are fighting this culture war together. We are fighting for our modern myths together. And it is because of your support that Drew and other people on this panel, all of us, are able to do what we do. Thank you so very much. Please remember to like and share. And I can't wait to get into this. Hail, brother. It is good to be back.
Yeah, it's great. Just some God, things have changed for me, chat, because I know those of you out there watching, some of you guys that I haven't talked to in a week or so, things have changed. I've started working on that's part of the good news, but the bad news is the insurance company got a hold of me the other day. They denied my claim, so all that shit that got taken into burglary, I'm out. No money, no nothing. I get nothing for it. So I'm salty about that, but more so because of the stuff of my mom's that got taken. Like, it takes a special kind of asshole to steal from the deceased. And whoever broke in my house that stole my mom's stuff, and this was stuff like her wedding ring, the earrings my dad got her on her 25th anniversary, things like that. The necklace I got her with the little charm that says mom on it that I got her for her birthday like 9 years ago. I mean, it's just little things like that, and listen, I mean, I know she's not here to wear that stuff and whatnot, but it hurts. It hurts because that was sentimental. And there was a locket that was taken that was over 40 years old, had my baby picture in it that my mom used to wear. That was one of the things that she treasured. That's gone too, and it just it's not the material things. I mean, yeah, I do care about my firearm because I don't exactly like sitting here defenseless, but it just it sucks. And thanks a lot for nothing, State Farm. You can kiss my ass. My agent really screwed me with the $5,000 deductible. That's what it was in the end. This stuff just fell just short of that. So yeah, they said sorry about your luck. It's not over the deductible, so we're not going to cut you a check.
That's a huge deductible.
Wow.
So what do you pay? What do you pay if, this is the thing with insurance is like, because when you need it and you've paid all these years into it and then it comes time for you to make a claim, they're like, yeah, they give you the hard one like that. And that's bullshit. That is absolute fucking bullshit. Excuse my language this early in the show, but my God, like a good neighbor, my ass. Like,
Yeah,
dude, that is.
No, they're celebrating because this is why they're one of the leading insurance carriers, because they charge these high premiums and they just wait for something like this to happen. And now, hey, board of trustees, who wants bonuses? We got another one.
Yep.
Yeah, there is
watch.
value to some of these things that just cannot be paid off. You're having to deal with losing those objects, something that you want to pass down to your family, something that means more to you than just money, and you're not even going to get reimbursed just for the monetary value of those things. That's a scam, dude. I'm sorry.
Well, you need to find someone else to insure your home and your vehicle. I mean, I would
Like
dump
who?
them like a hot potato.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Yeah, I hate to be the voice of dissent here, but but who? Like,
They're all the same. You're going to get the same treatment anywhere, and that's the sad thing is, like I said, because you've paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into this, and then you lose basically what are tantamount to heirlooms, and they're gone. Like the people that took them, it's just another trinket to them. They can cash in quick, with some junkie or some pawn shop.
Who knows
I mean, that's
these things have changed hands since they were taken.
Mm.
I mean,
I will throw
also,
out a good insurance company that you might actually be able to switch over to, Drew. USAA. I have had zero problems working with them, and
that's
it's
who I
because they're a smaller community. They're a stricter community, and because your dad was military, you should be able to get in for USAA. Yep.
Mhm.
Heck, my dad wasn't even military. It was my stepdad. I got grandfathered in because I was part of his auto insurance, and when I bought the car from him, they let me pull my policy off and kind of generated a new policy for me. And from there, I've turned it into, that's now also my homeowners. So I got my house, my car, and the wife's car all in one policy.
nice.
The moment we start socializing private insurance is the beginning of the slippery slope to communism.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It is. Because that's Pandora's box. That's Pandora's box. You can't open it. You can't, no matter how great the temptation is, how much that glow comes from under that lid, like the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. You can't open it because whatever comes out is out and it ain't never going back. And we've already slipped this far. We've already fell down that slope with no spikes on our heels and the wind hitting us in the face and an avalanche, staring us down. And here we are clinging to what's left. To me, what basically looks like, the end of Babylon is where we're at. I mean, think about like I have the 7 deadly sins hanging over my mantle in my fireplace in my living room, and I look at those every day. Every fucking day I look at those things. And it's like you can see society in each one of those, you used to be, you look at them and it's a personal thing. Now you look at them and you see society reflected back in you in every single one of every facet of those. And greed. And this is where these companies, these corporations that look at you like you have no individuality to them. All you are is a policy number and another revenue source. Like Will said, that's putting bonuses in guys that make 7 figures. That's putting bonuses in their pockets, and where guys like Drew, where do you stand now? You're asked out because they can't fulfill their end of the bargain, which you have fulfilled your obligation. You've paid your premiums. You've paid your policy up, and it comes time to call in that chip, and they're like, "Sorry, Pippin, we got nothing for you." And
insurance company called your tab, bro.
Yep, and that's the shit. That's the shit thing about it, man. And my mother's wedding ring got stolen, so I understand, man. And that's it's to me, it's like. I don't give a shit about monetary. She was crying because it got stolen, and it's like, she's her health is horrible. So it's like something happens to her. I would just as soon have it as opposed to one of my sisters because, well, one of them would pawn it, the other one would probably just hold on to it, which is fine. If she wanted it, I'd give it to her. But the one's a fucking communist, so her broke ass would fucking pawn it. No, it's just a piece of shit. I don't talk to her. I cut her out. I cut her out.
That's the sentimental value of that.
I fucking cut her out. I have no fucking use. If you are an open fucking communist and you stand against everything this country stands for, I don't care if you're my blood. You're out. You're gone. That's where I'm at.
Well, keeping it is important if it's sentimental. I mean, period, to me. More than money. Even if someone offered me a shit ton of money, I wouldn't sell it.
Can I tell you what I love about this shit?
Yeah, this is terrible.
Now? I got to tell you something, though, about this exchange. Think about, especially in Drew's case. Drew's sitting there, he's talking about how he was denied by the insurance company. But most of what he's talking about are the fact that they stole his mother's heirlooms, his recently deceased mother, things that mean a lot to him, that are part of his history, his family. And he's in the financial state that he's in. I guarantee you, if this happened to one of the people who are benefiting financially from what he's going through, they would think of it in a completely different way. They wouldn't think of it as
they would play the victim even worse.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Not for the same. No, listen to me. Not for the same reason, though. They would think of it as nothing more than a financial loss because they have no sense of anything outside of that.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's red and black to them. That's all it is.
Yep.
That's all it is. Positive and negative. The asset and liability. That's how they look at things. They don't. There's no personal attachment.
Believe me, they're going to be in trouble anyways. All the insurance companies, as soon as people start suing because their family member died from an experimental drug or whatever, people are going to be suing the insurance companies out the wazoo.
We're not doctors, just to be clear.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor and I'm not an insurance salesman. I'm
But,
just
We're
an American
not dispensing
woman.
medical advice.
But the thing, the bottom line about it is, it's all every institution, it seems, is going to shit, and people are noticing. I mean, fuck's sakes, we talk about our economy right now. To buy a bag of cat litter for Gambit and for Apollo, $7.25 now. Are you kidding me? For a bag of fucking cat litter? I mean, things are out of control all across the board, and it's absolutely ridiculous. You know, you have people struggling, and I know there's some of us on the panel. I know Stephen Walton can speak to this. I can speak to this. You know, we're basically sitting there struggling to put food on our table. And when we have expenses like that just to get a basic grocery order, it's absolutely ridiculous, man. You know, and then you couple that with the traditional institutions like insurance, like medical, and things like that. It's just absolutely insane. You know, when they corporatized medical to where they made it all of these, you know, instead of there being hospitals, they became hospital systems. And then, you know, if you notice, even if you have a good insurance plan out there, if you have great medical insurance, hey, that's awesome. I mean, I won't get into the medical insurance debate, you know, because you know, we all see how state-sponsored medicine works. But, you know, when you get into, you know, these hospital systems, now that is where the racket and the scam is. Because, you know, when you used to go to the hospital and it was just a normal hospital, maybe it was a Catholic hospital. You didn't, you paid according to what you could pay a lot of times. Now, these hospital systems, now that they are, quote, networks, are twice as much. And I'm not sure if you guys have noticed that when you've gone to the hospital for care or when you've gone to a doctor that belongs to one of these, quote, networks. But it's absolutely ridiculous. You know, so, yeah, all of our institutions have really gone to shit. And it's pretty terrible. But enough of bitching about life. And I don't mean to derail it right off the bat, you guys, because like I said, we've got a lot to talk about today. Because first off, the queen died, you know, last week, and a lot of people were sitting there. And I was seeing people say, hail, tiny metal trees. I was seeing people on Twitter say, oh, you know, Charles is the new king. It's going to be great. No, it's not going to be great. Because I don't think people understand. This man is someone that has direct ties to the following: the World Economic Forum, the Council on Foreign Relations. You know, those are just two of them.
He's on the list too from Flying to That Island. And
oh yeah,
wasn't he the one that I can't remember the young lady's name, but she came out. There's a picture of them together, and of course he denied, and they, you know, tried to slander her name.
That was his brother.
Was it?
Yeah, that was Andrew.
Okay. Oh, was it Andrew? All right. Well, I mean, I'm okay. I apologize. That's a mistake on my part, but this guy's a piece of shit still.
There's lots of pictures of Andrew with on the flights with the other two people that we can't name that went to court.
but Charles, okay, there are pictures of him and Klaus Schwab together, and you know, and that's the thing. People don't understand. All right, you know, and I know. I've heard the rumblings, you know, credit to Janet because she brought it up backstage before the show. Some of the countries that were previously under the throne, the debate is renewing about, you know, getting out from under the monarchy and whatnot. And hail, another monster. Great to see you, buddy. You know, the thing is people are talking about getting out from under the monarchy, and that's fine. But while everything, you know, while all the territories are still there that Britain has a say in, you know, I like that meme. Nice.
Look at just for a second. Look at his hands. This man is not healthy.
No.
Those sausage link fingers. Look at that.
Those are a little
I
bloated.
mean, dude, that's some cardiovascular
That
issues
looks
right
like
there.
someone who eats way
almost
too much
300 pounds and
sodium.
My hands don't look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What does he have?
This-
Like 4 diabetes? Jeez.
that's
Well, what I
he's
was going
all of them.
what I was going to bring up is, what do you think will happen to that whole monarchy when all these countries step out?
Well,
and
here,
there's no more money coming in from them.
here's
How do
the
you think
thing.
that's going to change it for them?
Well, here's the thing, Janet. Okay, like for now, while Britain still has sway via the throne over
Mhm.
these countries, I want everybody to understand clearly. And if you live in one of those countries, aka Australia, aka New Zealand, places like that, Canada,
Mhm.
even, okay,
Uh-huh.
you think about the fact that Charles is going to, you know, and it might not be like very like public rah, but he is going to support that entire platform of the Great Reset.
Yeah.
And if you think otherwise, I have news for you. The Britain now, as it stands, as of, you know, September 13th, 2022, they basically have a government unilaterally that's all under the influence of the WEF from the throne down.
Yeah, something I wrote down that I was reading about when you told me what we're going to be talking about tonight. It said that Charles is behind the World Economic Forum push for no one to be able to own a car. That's one of the things he wants, because he stated that.
Oh my God.
And that because he
Over
thinks
my
it's
dead
wasteful, and they suggest that everyone should have to rent a vehicle, because if they rent it, then the government can control how much fuel goes in it, what the miles are allowed to drive each week, you know,
Same.
all that stuff, all the aspects. Like, they'll calculate you can only go to the shopping for your food and to go to work. They're going to say F you for everything else, because none of that matters, because now you work for us. You see what I mean?
Peasants run, ride a bike. That's great.
Yeah.
No, it's not
It's
specific
gonna
things,
be
it's not
he's
specific things
scary, and this guy's I mean, I've been trying to read as much as I can the last few days, and it's just this WEF stuff is just frightening to me.
Well,
It's
it
not even
is.
the specific things that he's putting down. It's just the fact that this type of behavior is obviously reminds you of a certain thing that we're all trying to avoid.
Mhm.
I mean, is regulation even the right word? Does it go further than that? I mean,
It's total control, basically. This is coming from a man
far
who's
that
never
word.
driven. I don't even think this guy knows how to drive a car. I mean, he's been in the back seat for so long. I mean, he's not even he's not looking at you and me as a normal. We're worth anything.
I
We're
hear his
just
driver's got an immaculate driving
peasants.
record, so, you know, that's
Well,
His drivers do.
listen.
Is-
If that car had ever been, if that Rolls Royce had ever been in an accident, I think we'd find out.
Well, the thing is, okay, when you look at this, I mean, it lines up perfectly. Klaus Schwab called it, and I keep telling you guys, you know, he said in that little video that we showed, we showed that like weeks and weeks back, where he admits, you know, the governments of the world are infiltrated the governments of the world are infiltrated by these people. They have people installed, and you know, he's basically taunting you, saying there's nothing you can do about it. You know,
Yeah,
and that's what is scary, because you know, to speak to what Janet said, they look at us as serfs, all of us as a serf class. You know, there's the elites, and then there's us that is the serf class and the worker class.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we outlive our usefulness, you see, like they have in Canada, where they you can dial a number to be euthanized. Are you kidding me?
Mm-mm.
But
That's
this
real.
is, but I mean, this is the world that we are actually living in, folks. And I hope that you realize and see that reality and understand how fucked up that is. I can't preface it anymore. And I know that you guys in the chat, I know that you understand. But I'm talking to the people out there that casually come across this broadcast or seeing this for the first time, where I just, want to say, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up.
Well, the one thing I've noticed too is that because of this whole thing with Ukraine and Russia has put like a big cucumber up their ass of the WF. And the reason I say that, that terminology is because all this was set out. They knew the Queen was not doing well, that she was probably going to pass away. And then here comes Russia invading Ukraine. So now everybody's trying to defend Ukraine and shut down Russia. And I don't know what their plans are for Russia. And I know they're not good, but the cost of heating oil and all the stuff, okay, is all changing. So how are you going to have all these people with electric cars and all this stuff all around the world when half of us can't even, keep their nuclear power plants open? I mean, California shut all their
Well,
their
it's all a
rolling
farce.
blackouts everywhere.
Exactly, Drew. They were all just talking points for politics, really, just for differences in sociology. It's all built on bullshit. It's not sustainable.
Right. Exactly, Stephen. You understand, like, the climate change lie. I think all of us do. Anybody that went to school that has a rudimentary understanding about how the Earth works, we know that it works in natural cycles. This is just simply another cycle that the planet is going through. And I want to take a moment to welcome in some of our other viewers that popped in. I know Papa Cotton's here. Tatsu-sama is here. What's going on? Medi's here. Billy Ann Cruz is here. Great to see them. Also, I know that Tina Bojan. What is up, sweetheart? Great to see you, Tina. Tina's here. And, it's great. It's great to see everybody. Tony, Pinocchio's Helicopter Tours. What's going on, brother? The thing of it is all of this is built on a lie. We know it's built on a lie. Stephen, when we interviewed J.R. Majeski, and he was talking about nuclear, and he explained it perfectly, that it was viable, sustainable, it would keep everything above board for a long ass time, but they want to go away from that because they don't want a sustainable solution.
No, they don't want a sustainable anything. Sustainable society. They don't want sustainable laws. They don't want If we had sustainable the more stable we are as a society, the more we get along, the more we progress together, and the more we point the finger at the bad guys up top who are making all the problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about in every facet, not just. I mean, I concentrate in entertainments, but it's every facet of our society, our governments, is to keep us divided and to keep some type of system where someone feels oppressed, someone is being held down, and then another class is being pointed out as the problem when the actual makers.
Well, remember, it's big business. That whole climate change movement, you guys, generates trillions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And all it is, it's a money funnel. Again, we talk about shit like BLM and the whole, manufactured race division, the manufactured religious division, all of it. It's a money funnel as well. All of this activism, climate activism, feminist, racial activism, the whole 9 yards, it's all money funnel. It has now become a cottage industry. It's big business. It's big fucking business.
Yeah, and it's funny because you got all these young people in college running around talking about how, they can't stand all this climate. We're damaging the earth and blah, blah, blah. When they're on their cell phone, they're riding in Uber cars, they're ordering stuff online and all this stuff. And they're like, what the, they're oblivious to their own stupidity. I mean, it sounds terrible, but I don't know how you help these people. How do you get this point across to them?
I want
Correct
to
education. Actually educating our young
I want to
people.
go
Great start, Shannon.
I want to go to our correspondent, Yuri Grabovich. What is going on in Russia?
Hello, comrades! It is I, from Communist United News Transmission Service, CUNTS, your favorite drunken, stoned Russian mad lad, Yuri Grabovich is here. Look, I know Americans, you're used to your freedom of movement and freedom of speech and eating whatever you can shovel in your gourds, your pie holes. But look, I am here to set mind at ease. Things are not that bad under communism. Look, oh shit, patch fall off. Hey, who did this? I'll have you shot and put in ditch. Never mind, allegedly in Minecraft, comrade. But anyway, moving back to my point. Look, we have enough vodka and potatoes for at least another 6 months. I don't know what you're worried about over there. Oh, I can't drive a 1-ton truck. Oh, look at me, big American, with my small penis and my big truck. But look, seriously, it's fine. We have Brittany Griner. She says she loves it here under threat of violence. She loves Mother Russia now. She said, but we would gladly trade her back for your Catherine Winnick. Anyway, to your point, look, Prince Charles is great man. Klaus Schwab, look, we're not so sure about him. But we reserve right to, we don't reserve right to have suspicions about World Economic Forum. We have no reservations, much like your Native Americans. None. Well, you have, but on positive side, they have casinos. And again, Americans just give them money, much like you do to our enemy Ukraine, which we cannot stress to you enough is not a very good look if you're trying to say, stay away from the people that like to sniff the kids, like your brainless President Biden, which we have to thank him for further weakening you after Orange Tyrant with tiny hands worked so vehemently for 4 years to give you Americans better life, 401ks, cheap gas, affordable housing. But no, you went the other way, which, as a communist, I could not be more happy about. But anyway, that is enough about Mother Russia. I hope you all like borscht with a side of dirt stew, because that's what you will be eating. And you will need to know how to chop firewood and dig ditches. But aside from that, I will toss it back to the Jew over here. Itep wana kui wana ite walla walla bing bang. He is waiting outside with well, he's got duct tape around him, but we'll cut him loose. I'll have to give him his shirt back too. But that's about all for me, because man is motioning with AK-47 slightly off camera, and I need a drink. So, do svidaniya, comrades!
Before you go, Yuri, hey.
I never saw
Yes.
the Red
I missed-
Menace- I never saw the Red Menace
I'm-
in teal before. That's a new one.
It's new fashion here. I stole shirt from Stupid American.
But
You
before
say
you go,
so.
Yuri, I'm just wondering what your favorite
Yes.
book is. Is it Das Kapital or On the Jewish Question?
Well, I have many tastes in literature, but I prefer. Well, I don't know if I could say it on YouTube, but look, it's written by a guy with funny mustache. I don't know. You interpret that how you want. But look, I have to get back. I have bust of Mikhail Gorbachev to make. No, don't make bust of him. Make another bust of. I have to make a bust of President Putin for the 8th time this week until my hands bleed, because we are not supposed to talk about Gorbachev, much like Bruno in American movie Encanto. We don't talk about the man who is responsible for downfall of entire Soviet Union.
Hey, Mehdi says there's no more showers. It's all Russian saunas now.
Good. I need a steam. I'm going for a good schwitz.
All right. We're gonna say what's up,
It's
Kai MFS.
Yes, I said schwitz.
okay.
Kai MFS for $23.25. Much love, Drew. Thank you so much, Kai. And listen, I want to promote Kai's book, Space Crime Domino. Man, this is awesome. And you know what? Out of the goodness of his heart, Kai actually sent me this, a free copy. It was a very nice letter, I must say, that he sent this with. And he sent it out of the goodness of his heart, because I'll tell you, Kai is a very kind and gentle person. He sent this to me to cheer me up and he's like, I hope this gives you a lot of smiles, and it helps take your mind off things. And I will never forget him sending me this. So make sure you check out Space Crime Domino. This book is absolutely awesome. Kai did a hell of a job in writing this book. I love it.
Out there.
Absolutely. And I will support Kai to the moon. So man.
So about the Royals, I was going to bring up. I was reading. I haven't.
Kansas City?
Yeah, but before I should have found the article. But I was reading New York Times, one of all places, before was talking about. I think this came out a couple of days ago. How all of the money works throughout the royal family, and how what Charles has really done for the family. Oh, he's back.
I'm fine.
They didn't,
it's okay.
they
I'm
didn't get
fine.
a hold of you. Okay. They just
he gave me my
good job, right?
He gave me my shirt back. He said it was made in South Korea. He didn't want it.
The wrong Korea, right?
Right? He was like, North Korea, okay. This one, not so much.
Yeah. But so what Charles has really done for the royal family over the past few decades, really since the 80s, is he's built their portfolio up to be an absolutely massive money empire. I mean, empire jokes aside, he's like more than doubled their, and not just taking into account for inflation or anything, he's more than doubled their yearly profits that they make off of the crown. Through Charles, they now own over 130,000 acres of property in England. Most of it is rental property. This is including busy streets in London, farming land, and in this southern parts of England. They're raking in cash. His yearly disbursement from all of the profit that they make off of the crown, because they're not allowed to get all of it at once, they get up to 25%, which got raised a few years ago so they could refurbish the palace, because they were having to stay in there. Must have been tough until it got refurbished. But I want to say last year he got 29 million out of that, and that was just the yearly disbursement of that.
Poor
plus
guy.
The 1.1 million of his yearly disbursement for being a prince. Now he's going to get even more of that.
Well, the biggest thing that I'm concerned about, again,
I just blacked out in the midst of that.
I'm just concerned about the World Economic Forum influence and the amount of it that there is around the world. And, again, that's why I hope people wake up and pay attention, because everybody's so focused on, just the small snapshot. They're not focused on the large picture. And so in doing that, they're not paying attention at all to learning about these things like the World Economic Forum and the Council on Foreign Relations and all the different tentacles and arms of this creature that is the globalist cabal. Because it is, it has many tentacles. And the thing is people need to understand just how far those tentacles go. They're all over.
It's difficult to get that word out, Drew, when information is suppressed.
It is.
Stephen, it's funny you say that, though, because I've actually wondered this, and I'll bring it up right now. Let's just assume, for the sake of argument, that what they're trying to do, they succeed. And decades from now, is this will they finally tell it like it is and put in the school textbooks exactly what they did? If this works? As opposed to you understand where I'm coming from on this.
Well,
I'm wondering, like, if this is the only way that what we teach our children will be the truth, is because they say history is written by the side that wins, right?
Right. Well, I think that if any of that information is put out there, it'll be done in a way that makes them the heroes. We're gonna
have like redactions of like a government document of our textbooks. There's gonna be like black lines on half the page.
Yeah.
And Kai's right. When you read Space Crime Domino, it's very similar to that. It's basically about what happens when they do succeed, and that's what is so brilliant about the way that he wrote that book. But the problem is we have to ensure that they don't succeed. And by just sitting here, raising our voice and letting people know, hey, you don't really know what's going on. This is what's really going on. We are doing our part. Maybe it's going to get worse. maybe we'll have to actually physically be in a foxhole together at some point. But until then, this is the first line of battle, and we need to be out there. There needs to be more voices out here on this line and in the battle. Because I'll tell you what, I'm on the front line right now, and you can damn well be sure I'm going to be leading it, whether it's physical or whether it's using my voice to purvey the truth about what's happening.
Well, we're going to have this administration for another 2 years, at least, if not longer, depending on how the elections go. But in November, even if we take both the House and the Senate, or whatever, and control it, he already said, what was it, yesterday? Biden said that he's going to be using a lot of pins to veto everything. So he's not gonna help, and he doesn't care whether it's good for our country or not. He's gonna do whatever he wants to do. Simply,
well, it's not what he wants to do. It's what he's being told to do.
Yeah, it's what his handlers.
Well, I know, but
they
hate us. They hate you and me, the taxpayers, the ones who work every day, sweat, and pay our money so we can have a house and raise our kids and buy food and gas and try to be good citizens. And this is how we get repaid, because we are worthless deplorables.
Not listening.
That's exactly
right.
what I was talking about, though. The fact is, it is what he wants to do, because he has that mindset of the people I was talking about earlier, like the guys who run State Farm. He's told that this is what he wants to do because he's going to be rewarded very handsomely for doing it.
Yeah, that's true. I know that we were speaking on the king and whatnot, but Etep, I know you said that you brought along a topic that you were feeling some type of way about, and let me share that, man, bro.
Yes, I got a screen share right here on that. And this is it's great because we have South Carolina Democrats calling for U.S. Senate candidate to drop out after video of her comments are leaked. And this is Crystal Matthews. Project Veritas released this, and I couldn't find the audio. This is just like a quick thing of the stories, but yeah, apparently she's speaking about white voters, Republicans. And she says, you ought to know who you're dealing with, Matthew said during the tape conversation. You've got to treat them like shit. That's the only way they'll respect you.
Wow. Usually you pay for that, huh?
I usually pay for that, and they're usually well worth the $300 an hour.
You only pay $300? Man, I'm getting
yes. I get a I know a lot. Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to talk about the
discount.
my fetish industry connections. We're not going to talk about that. In the leaked comments, Matthews additionally brags about keeping citizens in her jurisdiction under her thumbs and not putting up with white shit. This is Carl Matthews right here, who has shoulders like me.
Hell, she has shoulders like me.
I'm telling you, dude, this is funny. But no, seriously. So she's her own party is calling for her to step down, and she says the edited audio of a tongue-in-cheek exchange didn't reflect the full picture, calling Project Veritas a satirical MAGA-powered news outlet. A MAGA. Everything now is okay. So, like I said before, Trump was the specter around it. Now it's it's the movement. It's not even just him. Now you have it's like, boy, for somebody who claims that there's not that many of these people in the country, there sure is a lot of these people lurking around every corner, sabotaging everything an idiot says or does.
Yeah, it's also a plus. It's also a plus to take the idea of making America great and then making that a bad thing, turning it into
right. Because they correlate it to when pre-segregation, which is odd considering the Democratic Party now, who has been overrun by communists, is the ones trying to resegregate the country and divvy us up by races.
Weren't they fighting to keep their slaves in the first place? I don't.
They were.
Yeah.
Unless you're a smooth-brained moron, the parties did not change in the middle of the fucking night either. No. The Democrats have always been the Democrats. The Republicans have always been the Republicans. There was no fucking switch.
They fought and fought against civil rights until they couldn't defeat it anymore. And then they're the heroes and champions of minorities.
Let let me go to some of the comments from the chat.
Yes.
Adam Shahan says, the third Obama term, you mean?
Right.
Yep.
Vince Womack says, even if the president vetoes a bill, the Congress can damn brain part something to kind of filibuster. Yeah, bypass his veto and pass the bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Tree Rock Creation says, talking to Janet, says, well, taxes are the problem. We can't stop paying taxes to the federal government. It's not like the states where you can move out of a state and deny paying taxes to it.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
That's what sucks.
you
That's
know,
why half my family
That
moved to New
sucks.
Jersey.
well, here's the problem. Again, folks, if you want to be like literal about it, remember we are under a system right now that is taxation without representation, which by the way, when when the Declaration of Independence and subsequently the Constitution came about, it was based on no taxation without representation.
It says it in those words.
So
Verbatim.
so remember, they've already gone back on that big time. And listen, this whole thing, when they're trying to play up the MAGA thing, it's not just a MAGA thing. It's anybody that thinks in the concept of putting the country first. At that point, when you think in that mindset, you are considered an enemy of the state. I wanted to piggyback and share something on the heels of what ETEP just shared, because this is equally as disturbing. And I just retweeted this earlier. Let me go ahead and share this. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. And this is Democrat Tim Ryan. We need to kill and confront the MAGA movement. Quote.
Jesus.
I mean that is Tim Ryan saying that.
Kill it and then confront it. Don't confront it and then kill it.
I mean, these people,
But saying fight like hell, that's incitement to violence.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if somebody does something and then their manifesto says this guy inspired me to do my part, blah blah blah, nothing will happen. But
Yeah.
we can't even go into a school and say we don't want you teaching this to our kids, and we're a terrorist.
Yeah.
well,
What-
well,
this is a question I
We're
wish I could
batshit
ask,
crazy right now. That's all I can see. It's
This is a
nuts.
question I wish I could ask Eric Matheny when he was here a few weeks ago. Is it a felony to say you're going to kill a movement? Can you liken movement to actually a person legally? I mean,
I'm not sure about that. Well, we'll have to
Next
next time we get Eric on.
It's not going to matter, but
I mean, I can give you a layman's idea of it. Typically, no. There's nothing illegal about that. It has to be a
I didn't think
direct
so. I
call
was
to
just-
violence against a
Yeah.
specific person, or
That makes
if you
sense.
can say that it's a group of people. But typically, that doesn't actually work unless it's
That
considered
hasn't
to be a
stopped it from
protected
doing the
wonder
January
how he
6th
originally
stuff.
worded it, and if, like,
There's
people
no
like,
specific
you don't wanna say
details on
this
any of those
person's
people,
killed
but they're still
movement, you're
behind
okay to
bars.
say
So,
Right.
the law doesn't matter when it comes to conservatives. They're going to crucify us no matter what, whether they have any proof or not. And if they have courts that'll do it without evidence, then, we're screwed.
He was actually gonna
That's
kill him.
exactly
If he
right.
said he was actually going to kill a person, the worst thing that would happen is he'd probably win his race by twice as much. Who knows?
Well, this is. I mean, you're getting into dangerous territory with the politics here, and I agree with Godzillionaire. Little Timmy doesn't know what he's asking for because listen, you can keep poking and pushing and trying to egg on a civil war, but what's going to happen when people actually take action? Because there are a lot of people that I know privately that are ready to go, and they are slowly but surely reaching the limits of turning the other cheek. We can only turn the other cheek for so long until we get backed into a corner and we have to fight back.
All I know
Yeah,
is
I'm
that,
gonna turn my cheek, and it's gonna be my ass cheek. That's what they're gonna
45.
do.
I'm 45.
Well, you know,
a rally on Saturday, and it's
I've
and
had
it's a
it.
rally
I mean,
to
I'm
campaign
fed up.
for JD Vance against Tim Ryan. So
Yeah.
whatever happens.
Yeah, you know,
We're at the point where turning the other cheek. There's no turning the other cheek at this point.
yeah, I just
We're fighting for the rights. We're also fighting for the future of our civilization. Our
Yeah.
culture,
Yes, for
Hey,
sure.
nation
That's
for
for
children.
Hey, I want to say the Pinochet's helicopter tours. You know, Tony, I think they might have came up my way, and Tim Ryan might have drank some of the Lorraine tap water here. But
You sure he wasn't hanging out in Flint by me?
Yeah, might be. but you know the thing is,
Nah,
man.
that water has flowed southeast by now.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Hail
drink
to
Georgia
my
fresh
dude.
water.
Hail to my dude, JT Gunther. What's up, JT? Great to see you, brother. You know, I want to say though, you know, yeah, this is scary because you know, there's people I know ready to go right now, and I'm talking not just normal, you know, your next door neighbor. I'm talking former veterans, people that are like, you know, lock and load, fuck around and find out. I mean, you know, they don't want to play no more. I mean, and they're just waiting for go time at this point. And you know, and I know that's what the left wants because that gives them carte blanche to say, "See, we told you," because that's exactly what they're going to turn it into.
Like a bunch of elementary school kids picking on you in the schoolyard.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right. They instigate.
Yeah, but
it.
they're carrying switchblades. That's the
Right.
difference.
They instigate it,
Talk about
and then
sports anymore.
they play the victim. It's a see, we told you these were dangerous people. Hail Stig, what's up, guy? He said turning the cheek is one thing, but I think too many people have spread their cheeks for deeper rimming just to be part,
Yeah.
just to be part of the crowd. Yeah,
Mhm.
oddly, they get surprised when they get rimmed repeatedly.
doubt.
Exactly,
No doubt.
exactly.
And unfortunately, some of them like it.
Pinochet's helicopter tours. Ideas are bulletproof. V for Vendetta. Yep. You know, but these people are pushing it, and they keep pushing it. And all I can say is, look, the next logical step. I mean, if we were just thinking of things outside the box to avoid violence, next logical step, convention of states. Right?
Yep. That's it.
Exactly.
That's the only route I see.
I know that ETEP has to take off because he's heading over to our boy Tony Tone Depp. They're going to do,
Yep.
you know, the Monday Night War stuff. So,
Yes, sir.
ETEP, why don't you talk about what you got going on, where people can find you?
You can find me at eTepelCooing's the place to be reviews. You can even join as a channel member if you want. If not, that's cool too. Just subscribe. It's free. There's over 1,000 videos, live streams in the back catalog. My comrade Yuri's there. I live stream every Monday, 8:35 for public stream. Member stream at 7:35 on Monday, 8:05 on Wednesday. The main show, Going Rogue, my Rogue Entertainment show, because me and Steven, we still do that little Rogue thing. But yeah, that's every Wednesday night, 9:05, Going Rogue with myself, Tony Tone Deaf. Monday night, you got me, Tony, Vinny, formerly Red Gaze. He's Red is in Gulag right now, but he'll be back someday. And Chris Fisk and Angela Straven. There was 4 horsemen, now there's 6 of us. And Saturday night's main event, usually 9:05 on Saturday evenings. You can come over, and we don't structure that. We just have fun.
But
and, yeah,
ETEP,
we
do they
videos and
fly
stuff.
now?
They fly now. They fly now. Oh, they fly now. Trust me, comrade. We get what do you call trebuchet and fee. There go dissidents into the distance. It's beautiful. But no, yeah, I do videos usually 5 days a week, edited by my wonderful, amazing editor, Good Stuff Comic Skater. Go check him out. And I couldn't the last 2 days because I've been substitute teaching for 2 days. So I am ready to get back into it. We'll have She-Hulk episode 5 coming up on Friday. I'm getting ready to review Heels. If you're a Harvey Wakuian producer, channel member, that tier, you can ask me to review something and I'll review it. So Superfan Adam Shawhan, great friend of the channel, wants me to review Heels on Stars, which I'm looking forward to because it's about wrestling. So that's coming up, and so much more. We got videos usually every day. So much more, my friends. Come on over, check it out. We do funny stuff sometimes too. So yeah, thanks Drew and this panel. Hale, you all are wonderful, beautiful people. This chat is amazing. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. I'm about to go over to Tony Tone Dev's Monday Night War retrospective, February 3rd, 1997. One of the greatest times on, actually the greatest time on earth to be a professional wrestling fan. So thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yep. And
Have a
support,
great night.
and support our boy
Bye.
Tony Tone Deaf at the Clown
Yes.
World Reviews.
Yes, subscribe to Tony Tone Deaf.
Yeah.
It's not an option. Just do it. All right. Love you guys.
Peace,
Bye-bye.
peace. All right, man. Wow. It's been a killer discussion, guys. I'm just I'm just glad that we have this show because this is seriously one of the only shows that you're going to get on YouTube. I mean, I know there's some other political YouTubers that aren't afraid to talk about this. Shout out to Wes Moody because that's my boy. That's my running buddy. He and I have come up together. He and I have been two of the most daring YouTubers you will find when it comes to speaking truth. Because we consistently put our channels on the line because we believe in what we're saying. We don't care about rules and regulations. We care about truth and universal truth and putting it out there. And that's what we do. We hang our balls over the fence. That's all I'm saying. And I will continue to do that. If YouTube cancels me, guess what? I'll go to Twitch. I got my Twitch channel. Twitch don't like it, I got Odyssey. So I'm good. You could try to cancel me, but this Asian is the Asian fucking sensation, and I ain't going nowhere.
Tell him, Drew.
So when you hang it over the fence, Drew, does it
Sounds
leave like a ditch
awesome.
on the other side?
You damn right.
The fence out.
People hire me for prison escapes because I just make that nice divot for them to get right
I'll
under
go,
the fence.
man. I'm just not going first.
Oh man. Hail to our boy Gap After Dark. What's going on? Formerly Gap Stargate. What's up, brother?
What's up, Cat? How you doing?
Good to see you. Speaking of Tony Tone Deaf, he's in the chat. He said Orange Man Rad. Absolutely.
Oh, I love that. We need to hashtag that.
Yeah.
Twitter. That
yeah,
is really good.
Yeah. Damn.
I'm
damn,
going to do it.
John DeMelvis, you called for it.
Go ahead.
You called for it. You didn't see this one, Steven. Hold up.
Let it happen again.
I don't want to hear any more of these lies about reckless spending. We're changing people's lives.
Asshole.
And at that
Sorry.
How
moment,
long
the
ago did
president
he say
shit
that?
his pants.
Well, let me rephrase it. How long ago did he say it in that video?
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, every time I see that, you just need I don't know, to like self-medicate and shit after you watch that clip enough times. I mean, oh my God, So I think
I'm a little loopy already because of that like that sky blue background.
I think at this point, dude, I need a pile of cocaine and hookers.
Spending $150 million on cocaine would make sense.
Yeah,
There's a guy who doesn't believe in inflation.
yeah, exactly, exactly. No, though. I mean, we've got all of this happening right now, but as I said, if there's enough people that will resist this shit and say, listen, no more, we're done with this, then we have a chance. And I really think that that's going to happen. I really think by 2024 that will happen, and not just at the ballot box. I think it's going to happen in society. People have had it with woke across the board, and it's not with woke in politics, with woke in entertainment, with woke in sports, everything. And people are done and sick of it. They want to go back to tradition. They want to go back to the way that reality is supposed to be. Not a manufactured reality, not this fake communist utopia. They want to go back to plain American reality, real Americana. And I do believe that we are going to go back to that as more people get with it.
Well, I mean, I think that it's more about people being allowed to exist in their own realities. We're being told constantly what we have to believe, who we are, what we are by these woke idiots. Everyone has the right in this country, at least in my country, the United States, to live how you want to live, not by someone else's rules, not by someone else's labels. That's where I want to get back to.
Well, you're right, because they do every single day. We have commercials, movies, TV shows, Twitter, Google, everybody telling us that the life that we're living is all wrong, that we're all racist, we all hate each other, we don't know what gender we are. I mean, they're telling us everything. They won't let us even just go home and live our life after we worked all day and want to put our feet up and eat a bonbons or whatever. They just can't stand the fact that we can do things for ourselves. That's all I see. And that's all I want back. I want to be able to come home, do whatever the hell I want behind my closed doors that I fucking pay for, excuse my language. But I'm just fed up with it. I don't understand why so many people are still walking around by themselves down the street wearing a mask, because everybody's brainwashed. They don't know how to just be themselves anymore.
They don't want. Well, you're a problem to that ideology, Janet. They don't want people to think for themselves. They want you to.
That's why they hate us. That's why they hate you and me, because we demand to think for ourselves and let us run our own lives and pay our small portion to them to spend on whatever stupid shit they think is important, like Ukraine or whoever else, but give us the decency to let us live our lives that we've earned.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the unfortunate thing is that the very definition of brainwashed is not to think what someone else wants you to think. It's being convinced that what you're thinking is your own original thought. And by the way,
this is what I tell them.
By the way, Janet, watch your fucking mouth.
Can't help it. I get so angry at these people.
That language. God damn it. All right. Anyway, no, but seriously, the point is, it's not simple enough. We're not, like, people aren't being coerced into believing what someone else wants them to believe. They're not walking down the street literally saying, well, I believe this because I was told to believe this. No, I believe this. This is my original thought. It's a Pavlovian response. It's a learned response. Mm-hmm. And as far as they're concerned, they believe it.
I know, and that's sad. These people that once used to go shopping and do things every day, go to the park, walk their dog, jog down the road, used to do all this stuff a few years ago, no problems. But now they can't even do those things because they're in fear, thinking something bad's going to happen to them if they don't wear a mask. The thing is, people don't realize molecules flying through the air get in your eyes too. So if it's going to get in your mouth and make you sick to die, it's going to get in your eyes and kill you too. That none of this makes any sense, and the fact that none of these people are walking around even thinking about stuff like that it's
the very debate itself is what kind of is a type of conditioning. And
it is
all the fear mongering that was placed upon us, which, of course, when you put people under stress, it suppresses their immune system. They were hoping for more people to get sick, and we know we know what it is by now, and there's enough statements coming out now. We know what it is by now.
I mean, we do.
You got to post Godzilla's post. That's hilarious.
But we're still having the debate, and they're keeping that fear alive simply by pushing back against the idea that these masks are anything anything good. They're nothing good. In my opinion,
they were just another means of control. That's all it is. It's them seeing how far can they push you.
That is so good.
And that's why they're blatantly doing anything they want in public in broad daylight, because of all the people that are still brainwashed, walking around like zombies, doing yes sir, doing whatever, bending over, grabbing their ankles 24/7, ready to take it up the butt, because they have no life. They don't do anything for themselves. Everything is waiting for the government to tell them what, oh, can I take a shit yet? I mean, it's just
absolutely.
sickening.
Living life by every 6 seconds, That's like everybody got a lot of these people have the attention span of a goldfish, and you keep everyone.
Yeah, I'm a woman, and I don't want them telling me how to do anything. I don't want them controlling my life. I mean, I don't agree with everything that they say for the feminist way. I mean, I just want to be a woman. I like being a woman. I like a man to be a man. I have no problem with that, but I don't want them telling me that I don't know if I'm a woman or not, or if that guy's a guy.
Well,
I'm sick of all of this
so
shit.
you know your pronouns. You're good.
Well, yeah.
Well, I want to make a good point though. Like because Janet, she's built her land and her home around being, kind of semi off the grid, and the thing is you got to remember, folks, in the other countries, they're literally coming after people for farming. And here, it got swept under the rug, but there was an Amish farmer in Pennsylvania where, they actually raided his farm, the FBI or something did, because the guy was farming.
What?
Yeah. Because the guy, he was farming. They told him to stop.
They don't just make tables, Drew.
Yeah.
They grow fruit.
They make great preserves. Leave them alone.
They told him
He's
to
not
stop.
supposed to make those cars.
No, they told him to stop production of food and everything else. And this is also happening in the other countries. That's what that's what
the farmers,
the Dutch farmers protest was about. And they're going after our food. They're going after everything.
Oh yeah.
And that's what is important to remember here. And Pinochet's helicopter tour says, remember, there will be resistance from the parasites dependent on government, but with all parasites, they die off quickly when the host is in trouble.
Right.
That's exactly it. And there's a lot of people that are on the teat of the government that don't know what they're going to do when they get off of it. I've sat there, and to a degree, a lot of people will say, oh, Drew, you're talking out two sides of your mouth because you're on Medicaid, you're on food stamps. Yeah, I am right now out of necessity, but I'll tell you what, I had no problem. I kept at it. I kept trying hard to find a job. I finally did. And once I'm able to handle my own shit, I'm gonna be off that.
Nobody should be able to give you nothing, man. You're an example of a great son who was a live-in nurse, took care of your family for as long as you could, and then as soon as you dealt with the unfortunate passing of that, what did you do? You picked up, got a job, and you're moving.
Yeah, but the
things like help, like food stamps or something like, they're for people like you who are actually doing something and trying to get better.
But the thing is though, honestly, that turned into an industry all in itself. People using it for all the wrong reasons, and that
cents on the dollar, man, right down at the bodega.
Government business.
Yeah, and that's why largely those programs are abused. And listen, the government is the worst person to be on the hook for anything with. You think about the worst loan shark. The government is the worst loan shark in history. So you don't want to be on the hook to the government for anything.
Federal Reserve,
they're the worst because they don't even have their own money. They're loaning us our own money.
Right.
That's what sucks about them. They just.
Yep.
I don't want to say anything else.
Vince says,
"Oh, you're dead on those, sister."
Vince says trouble only starts if you turn the social safety net into a hammock. That's exactly it. Nice plug there, Stephen.
Subscribe to Stephen.
Yeah.
He's a fellow Stephen, and we rock.
Yes. We need to start like a council of Stevens, as I'm getting clawed by a cat here.
Man. Pinochet's helicopter tour.
But he's a Democrat, so that wouldn't work out.
Pinochet's helicopter steward says, "Let them mask themselves and leave the free alone." Absolutely. Folks, if you want to help the channel, by the way, we're talking about shilling for our stuff. You can use the ! Tip command and throw a little something in the kitty, to help keep the lights on. Obviously, I'm going to need help replacing the stuff that was stolen since State Farm left me high and dry. So, that's how you could do that. And YouTube still, it's funny. I need to get on YouTube's ass again because they told me, oh, just wait for this letter to get here that has the code to verify your address, and then you can start receiving payments from your super chats. Guess what? They still haven't sent me that letter. And you know what? I don't expect them to because they don't like truth channels. That is the bottom line. That is why they screwed Wes. That is why they continue to screw me. And they're going to continue to do it because, again, I'm not afraid to talk about the things that, you shouldn't talk about because of YouTube. I say, respectfully, Mama Susan, you can kiss where the sun don't shine, lady. Because I'm not going to BS people. I'm going to tell you what's going on. And if that means that, I take a risk in doing so, I'm going to take that risk because humanity matters to me. So, but
plus people have to can look at your T-shirts and stuff too, right? Right.
Yeah, we do have the merch. You got those links handy there,
Yep.
Mr. Steven?
Yeah, I've been dropping them throughout the chat. I'll drop
Nice.
this one up here. Yeah.
I need to get one so I can model it for you on the show.
Anytime it says merchandising.
I'll have to order one.
Yeah. Oh boy, yeah, I better correct that typo. Yes. John DeVelvis pointed out Mike Lindell was recently raided by the FBI. Yes, I did hear that. I made the typo. Yeah, I hard that.
You hardened that for time.
Yeah.
You wanna be careful with any kind
the Dick's division.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew hards that, puts a hole in the desk.
Yeah.
Beware Drew.
Yeah, I'll obliterate the desk if that happens. But
Yeah, he can't even use. From what I've heard, he can't even use a zipper. He has to use Velcro.
Zip ties and eyelets.
Yeah.
Yeah, urinals that go to the floor aren't low enough for Drew.
That's right. And he can't wear shorts either.
Yeah, Tree Rock Creation said it's the same story with all those charity programs. All they do is buy votes. Yes, they do. Tree Rock Creation. Absolutely. Those, quote, community action agencies are also community organizing agencies. So when you guys see these things out there where it says, oh, poor people, we'll help you with your bills. We'll help you with, your utilities, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's not something out of the goodness of their heart. These are, not surprisingly, Democrat-run organizations, and what they do is they say, "Oh, we'll help you with that and whatnot, but just make sure that you're registered to vote, and you should think about wink, wink, voting this way come November." That's the ploy. So you have to be very careful with that. And I feel sorry for people, because I've been there. I've been, where a lot of people are at, and I still am, where you're right at poverty level or under it, and you're sweating your next meal, you're sweating being out in the street, and you're like, oh, well, this organization can help me. And then you go and try to get help. And then the next thing you realize is when you do a little digging, you're like, oh, well, I see why they want to help me, because that's the trick.
I mean, Obama was a community organizer, wasn't he? Before he got into politics.
What you were saying, Drew, it's natural selection, though. I mean, unfortunately, these people are at the bottom of the food chain, and the weaker animals always get swallowed up. Daktari,
Yeah, you're right. But listen, it's 8:15, folks. I'm going to go around the panel, let everybody do their outro. I want to thank everyone in the chat again. You guys are always the best chat on YouTube. You guys are on fire.
Kicking butt.
You guys are on fire all the time. We had great responses, great comments. And that's why I love this audience, because of the passion that you guys bring. You know, you get excited every time I bring on a guest. You guys always show up. I mean, you guys travel well. It's so awesome to see, you know, and it makes me feel good every time I click the live button to do this show, because, you know, I always know that the audience is going to show up strong, and that is what is important. And I just want to say thank you for sticking with me all of this time through, you know, my humble beginnings to now, and just, man, you know, we're going to continue to grow and keep going further, guys, because I really want this show to end up being one of the top Patriot talk shows, podcasts, whatever you want to call it, in the nation. I do. I want to get up there. So let's continue to get the word out about the channel. Let's grow this thing, and let's take it right to the top. But Tree Rock Creation says, at Supreme Heretic, charity programs should be given as a tax write-off for businesses or people. The government should not be involved with charities because of conflict of interest, buying votes. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. Hail Low Spec Linux Laptop. Great to see you as well. Well, always love seeing you, Low Spec. Thank you. All right, let's go around and let everybody plug their channels. We'll start with my good pal, Stephen Walton. Go ahead, Stephen.
Oh, snap. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you. Please remember to support your independent creators out there, whether they're writing books, making YouTube channels, Twitch, whatever the case may be. Share out links. You don't know how much one link to an independent creator, somebody who's selling a book, people like Kai out there, people like myself, or anybody who's doing comics, like Infantile Chronicles, Chris Fisk, or Vinny Tardamella. Please, you don't know how much that means to each of us. We don't have an industry to support us. We only have each other, and we rise together. Make sure to keep fighting the good fight, guys. Share out links for Supreme Heretics channel with this guy since damn near day one when I started on YouTube, and I'm so glad to see how many people in the chat I recognize. Thank you so much for supporting me and others. We would just be talking to each other without you. And every one of you, every single one of you people in the chat, there's a story there. I remember you from year before, I remember you from here, I remember seeing you in this person's chat, subscribe to my channel. You don't know how much that means to us. So please subscribe to and continue to support your favorite YouTubers. Be good to each other. Suffer no fools. My channel I'm doing a lot of writing right now, so I'm going to have videos intermittently, going to be live streaming here and there. But you'll get more content out of me in the coming weeks. I just got some books I need to get done. Take care of each other and look out for one another. Peace.
Yep. And we go over to Will, Mr. Hudson.
Is that all? Is that all I am this week?
Yeah. Well, you don't have a channel yet, so I can't plug shit.
No, last week you had like 14 nicknames for me. They all got lost in the shuffle and got canceled out. It's like we've been saying the whole time. This show is amazing, and it deserves exactly what Drew says it should be. It should be the biggest Patriot show on YouTube. It deserves to be because of the quality, because of the panel, because of the chat, especially the chat. As much pressure as I put on myself, as much pressure, and this is good pressure, mind you. This is not the kind of pressure I don't want to have. As much pressure as I get from the panelists around me, just as much from the chat too. And it's just an hour a week that I feel more alive than really any other hour during the week. Unfortunately, it's come to the point where I don't know what the names of the ships were, but it's almost like we're in Britain in the late 1700s, mm-hmm. and we need to board ships to go somewhere else. I just don't know where that place is, and I'm really praying that it doesn't come to that. And the fact is, as long whether it does or not, I don't know. I'm gonna keep fighting for it not to. And until then, we're gonna keep doing this every week, and I'm so proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, Man, appreciate you, Will. And hail to BAC, who just tipped 627. Thank you so much for helping the cause, helping the channel, man. Love you guys again. Thank you so much. I mean, it means so much to me to have you guys as viewers. It really does. Because beyond that, you guys are friends and you guys are family. It's not just, you're not just viewers to me. So let's go over to the wonderful Janet from another planet.
Well, thank you, Drew. And I'm so thankful for you to have asked me to join you on this panel. I really love it. I look forward to it every week. And I wouldn't want to do anything else besides this on Tuesday nights with you. Well, if you want to check me out, you can come to my channel, which is Janet from Another Planet. And all I do, I make shorts mostly. And I've started reading my book. It's called Revelation. I'm doing it in small bite-sized pieces, like 15-minute sections. And I do it once a week. So you can check that out. It won't take you very long to listen. And on Monday nights, I am on Bruce Lombardi of Dick's Division's channel. And we do movie reviews. And that's about all there is. Oh, and I have TikTok and Instagram. They're the same thing. But I have... on my YouTube channel, I do have some over 18 content, not for nudity. It's for like dirty words and stuff, because I don't want any young children to be able to see Janet say dirty stuff that I don't think is appropriate for children. So
That's
you
very
can go
responsible.
see, if you want to
You've
see
already warmed
boobies
my fragile
and
little mind.
TNA, go to OnlyFans and check out some of them people, and even on Twitter or on YouTube, because there's lots of nudity, but it's not going to be for me. But thank you, and you guys have a wonderful night.
I was thinking about starting nude yoga, Janet. Do you think it's a good idea? I'm
Yeah,
looking for them
OnlyFans,
subs.
you can make some money doing it.
I
on
was, man, if I did nude yoga, people would think there was a new monument raised. So
You want to get all of you in the camera.
hashtag beware the Drew.
They'll say, when did Drew become a tripod?
All right, let's go over to the man that is the producer extraordinaire, that is Free Speech Gaming, Mr. Steven. Go right ahead, sir.
What's up, everybody? I hope you all had a wonderful Tuesday, not just hanging out with us here, but the whole day all together. But I know this had to be the highlight of your day because we're awesome and humble. But really, you guys are the best out there. Thanks to everyone in the chat for coming out here. I mean, a lot of you guys are the people who I see coming over to my live streams also. Speaking of, I've been streaming a little bit more often. I've been doing the Pokemon not the Kaizo, but the Ironmon challenge, which is just super difficult Pokemon. I haven't been able to make it to Brock yet before I lose the challenge and have to reset. It's tough.
I almost thought you were going to say I've been doing Pokemon chorizo. I was like, I'm thinking about food, dude.
No, not that. Man, you guys you're talking about nude yoga and Pokemon chorizo, and I'm just curious, like, what would your preferred grove of trees to be to do the nude yoga in, Walton? I'd like that. You can answer off the air. You guys can always find me here Tuesdays, usually right before 7 o'clock, 6:45, 7, of course. Mondays I moved the time up more like 9 o'clock. So Mondays, 9 o'clock Eastern is when I've been doing my Pokemon streams. Fridays on my second channel, you can find myself and Megan Lee of the Noob Reviews. This week we will be reviewing Labyrinth. And I've been kind of showing up on Ord's channel, Ord's World, his second channel, on Sundays for the Sunday morning podcast. I'm not like official or anything there yet, but I keep crashing on his couch, and so he just lets me in. It's been a good time. He's
a good guy.
Let's go ahead and read. Go ahead, Steven. Read Terminus's comment there.
You know what happens if you have anal sex while doing yoga? You get your third eye opened.
Oh my god, that is terrible.
Nice.
Oh my
god.
And
Thank you, Terminus, for bringing your wit in every stream. I love it, dude. Keep it up, man. And again, to the audience, you guys are friends and family to me, and I love you with all my heart. I really do. Just all the stuff, not only within the community, but how you guys support me on the air, how many of you have supported me in life and off the air, when the times I've been in need, the times I've just needed a good cry and shoulders to lean on. I mean, there's been so many people out there that have been so very awesome to me. And listen, we may not have physically ever laid an eye on one another, but you guys have really lived up to that saying. If you remember that scene from New Jack City, am I my brother's keeper? And I want to leave you folks with this, because we should all right now that care about humanity be our brother's keeper, be our sister's keeper. Look out for one another, because we're going to have to in the coming days, because it will get worse. But if we have each other, then nothing can stop us. I promise you, my friends. So thank you again for being here, for hanging out. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other, man. I love you guys, and I will see you, probably some of you, Sunday for the Midnight Prism, and I will definitely see you next Tuesday for the, of course, United Resistance again. And we're going to have that gal that we had on a while ago, Summer, I believe, is coming back next Tuesday. Nice. And she wants to talk about something she feels very passionate about, which is Title IX, which a lot of people don't know about. So we're going to talk about that. And I hope that you guys will check out next week's episode. So I will see you then. And again, take care of yourselves, man. Love you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, hi, Coast Casino.
Hey, welcome to Sparking News Podcast. My name is Scott.
I'm E. Temple Queen of the Place to Be Reviews.
I am the Patriot, Drew Taylor, aka Supreme Heretic.
The Red Gaze on YouTube, at the Red Gaze on Twitter.
What up, what up, what up?
Hello, everybody. It's me, Vinny.
The voice of Immortal Coil.
Oh, hey, I am the Ghost Bear.
What's going on, Tommy? You think anybody go like this?
Yeah, I'm Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast.
Tone Death rocking.
I mean, we have a lot of cool things over there. I did some magic tricks.
Hi guys, trying to stay here.
My name is Monkey Knight.